Step 5 of building an IoT application: deploy and run NeoFlow on the gateway. Once your data processing and computation workflows are complete, the next step is to deploy them onto the physical gateway and verify if the entire process functions as expected. Are there any errors? Let's get started. Select the gateway. From the left-hand main menu, select the gateway under this project, then click on the gateway where you want to deploy and run NeoFlow. Check NeoFlow status. Click on the NeoFlow tab. You will see two information blocks. The left side shows the expected NeoFlow that should be running on the gateway, while the right side shows the NeoFlow currently running. If these two do not match, NeoEdge Central will notify you that NeoFlow is out of sync, and you can choose whether to initiate the synchronization process. Click the Add button to configure the NeoFlow that will run on the gateway. Select a NeoFlow and click Next. Provide runtime data. You'll need to provide the runtime data for each NeoFlow application. For CPU and memory, you can usually use the default auto mode, allowing the system to manage resources automatically. If your OT device includes serial communication, make sure to confirm each device's slave ID and the path for the gateway's serial port. Configure IT service. In addition to CPU and memory, connecting to an IT service requires binding an identity and authentication. NeoEdge Central offers different authentication options based on the IT service, such as PKI X.509 certificates, username and password, symmetric key, or no authentication required. You should confirm these settings with your IT team. For security reasons, each gateway should use a unique identity, and it's recommended to avoid using less secure authentication methods like passwords or symmetric keys. Complete the deployment. Click Add and Sync to Gateway to deploy the NeoFlow to the gateway. If the gateway is currently offline, you can click Add to Gateway to add the NeoFlow first, then deploy it when the gateway reconnects. The deployment process includes the following steps: verifying that all required data for deployment is complete, ensuring sufficient software licenses are available, confirming that the gateway has received the NeoFlow and verified data integrity. If an error occurs during deployment, you can view error messages on this page. After the deployment is complete, click Done to close the dialog. Monitor NeoFlow execution. Next, you can click the Live Monitor button to observe the real-time operation of NeoFlow. The Live Monitor page shows various information, including message content, generation time, OT device connection status, data reading and processing, IT service connection status, and data transmission. If an error occurs, you can pinpoint the problem through icons and click the log window for potential causes. Enable application restart. NeoEdge Central will require NeoEdge X to restart all applications. This is especially useful for troubleshooting issues that only occur during startup. Monitoring operations. Click the Monitor button to start monitoring NeoFlow on the gateway. Each monitoring session lasts for 10 minutes, and data transmission will stop automatically when the time is up or when you click the Stop button. You can modify the NeoFlow configuration on this gateway, but please note that this change only affects the settings on the gateway itself and does not alter the original NeoFlow in the list. With these 5 steps: 1. Register and connect the IoT gateway. 2. Create an OT device profile. 3. Create an IT service profile. 4. Build business data processing logic with NeoFlow. 5. Deploy and run NeoFlow on the gateway. You can easily build your IoT application. Future maintenance, data point changes, and device expansion can all be managed through NeoEdge Central.